and they just challenged. They challenged Riddle in that particular corridor just so that they can't really have the numbers to get into the site, and it works out for Naos. Ooh.
Cutting through.
It's gonna be the, I don't know, adaptation here for Riddle, because this is getting out of hand.
Yeah,
or even more out of hand, excuse me.
They're, you know, I get they're in a loop. They're forced to play the easel again. They do have the overdrive, fake out broken Kaide. Cheer comes on out. Good tags from Riddle. We've seen what they can do with chip damage across a round, but not when they lose Jojo early. And that's concerning here for Riddle. Whoever throws utility from top mid, Naos, when they have a player posted up in mid itself, they spray that angle, they get these kills for free here. Mojer, dangerous territory, Soul Jam with the lightning fingers electrifying and frying Naos in response. A thrifty here from Riddle.
That was great. Incredible read from Riddle there. They set up, like you mentioned, sold them for a potential overdrive play, and it just connects. So we'll probably see it here on the replay as well. Just completely charges. And, yo, that was nuts. He did not get hit by the Prowler that was already right in front of his face because of the slide for a good 2 seconds. And that good 2 seconds was enough for him to get those necessary kills to swing it in the favor of Riddle. That's how quick Soldem just processes this kind of situations. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, that was close. But say what you will about the score, Riddle orders still a squad that can cook up a play at a moment's notice. And a great response to keep them in contention here, Asarai. At least it isn't going to be a huge lead by Naos if Riddle can get this round. And they have a chance. Guns available. Spotted though by the Haunt. Soldam responds with the fast lane as Sand tries to pepper the wall with bullets. Naos,
time to jump.
just a silent default here. Trying to capitalize on Motor's operate. Prowler in the way. Soldam with a punish, and there's no getting away from Soldam now.
Well, with the rest of that, Naos is working their way towards the B site. There is... Oh, wait, there it is. Great timing on the Viper Pit, too. You'd love to see it. I think because they heard the cities being thrown out or something, maybe that's the quick response. So, I don't know. This is going to be a guessing game, I think, for Riddle as well. That's where you're seeing Soldem and Minty actually just go straight for the jiggle on mid, just so that they can catch an off of rotation. The timing's going to be crucial here, as Savvy gets another one. Soldem still fighting, now gets the reinforcements of his team. 20 seconds, and it is just going to be a full-blown firefight, which it did happen. PTC is somewhere on B, but Spike not in his hands, so he's just going to have to maybe get from exits here, because this is definitely going the way of Riddle.
Yeah, a bit hard-headed there from Naos. They just held the angle, challenging Riddle to re-peek, and just the engagement from Riddle said it all. 8-3, still a chance to make it 8-4, Asarai. It's not the worst here for Riddle. And they're getting back their form, thanks to some heroics here from Soldam. Of course, it's set up by the team. That's really how Riddle hooks up these plays with the Neon, but now he's feeling confident to get that space. Riddle will be happy to follow up and be active around the map.
Riddle, like you mentioned, has been getting a lot more mobility here. Oh, spams though. Oh, that is Zan. He's down to like 11. This could still be something. The chase, Jojo's pretty much prepared for it. Paranoia does connect against him as well, and in a straight Nightfall in response. You just know that he does not want them spilling into top mid at all. PDC, ooh, 1-for-1 trade though. Soldem with the operator, good on the shot. This is, I think, corralling Naos to go a little bit on the safer end, but this is just what I think Riddle is expecting of them too.
Bring them down.
Yeah, the device is set up in position. Yatsuka and Minty on a Nightfall. Sure, Nakia, he's gonna need to risk it if he wants to go through the smoke. Riddle's up in position. Yatsuka actually taking down the two. Mojer, the only one standing in Dimensional Drift to try and pick up the spike. Can he make it in time? Retrieves the objective. Also looking to isolate the fight. Spots that Spice. He has a blind side. Comes back to reality, but Yatsuka will make him sit. Riddle Order get the 4 here.
Yeah, there was no TP for him to rely on, so that was also something. Still, this was great control for Jojo, holding on to that mid control, and then again, so many angles of pressure from Riddle there. Once they saw the kill happen on mid, they were like, we're not going to waste this opportunity. We're going to just keep pressing on our advantage, and it works out. 8-4. It didn't spiral out of as much out of control as we were expecting it to be. And there you go. The crowd, the fans, starting to come back to life for Riddle. With that in mind, we're going to go for a quick break on the halftime. And we are back. Oh, the Legion of Bears.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just the Legion of Bears. The Tacti Bears.
I can't bear it, man. Hey.
Oh no. I guess it was a necessity. Okay, thank you, Dax, for not reacting whatsoever.
Please, man. Hey, back to the action though. Riddle Order does at least make this a contest. 4 rounds after a tough start. We've seen comebacks like this happen before. And onto the attacker side, a team so experienced on a map like Corrode, you can feel that they do have a chance. Mid though, heavily contested by now. It's a triple stack here. Yatsuka in the Razor Vine just doesn't move. Statuesque finally shattered here by Mojer. It's a trade. Mouse will take that trade.
Still though, Mojer doesn't see anyone going more into the A site, so they know that there is going to be some kind of shenanigans potentially on B, and there it is. Nakia is able to stop them dead in the tracks. What a shot from Nakia! Here comes Mojer once again. He's everywhere, man. And Soldem running away. He's got the spike in hand, so he can go for that quick far rotation into the A site. The thing is, he doesn't know if anyone else is here on mid to go for that intercept. So he's taking his sweet time, but 25 seconds on the timer left. He can't really take too long before he starts making a move.
I mean, the only position that Naos would be mid, and that's why Soldem was wary of it. Besides that, Naos, perfect trap play, and you saw the shooting there. Incredible after the paranoia, some flicks from Nakia to keep Naos with the advantage. But Soldem does have the opportunity to isolate these fights. High gear all ready to be used. Also has a relay bolt as well to find the stun. Perhaps catch the backline here of Naos. But onto the spike. Mojo's already sticking the defuse. There's the fight. Soldem with the stun comes on in. Into the triple peak that Naos was ready for on the other side. 9-4 here for Naos.
I wonder if Riddle is a betting team and they're gonna try to go for a force buy now that they lost the pistol. That's definitely gonna be something to think about. But this one, oh, that was just clean from Nakia. I thought he was like done for once he got tagged by the Han, but not really. And you can see that little bit of sigh of desperation here from the Riddle players. Something's gotta change.
Yeah. Some frustration, really, on the Riddle count right now. Now it's actually the first time we've seen the series. One team taking both pistols. 3 out of 4 pistols taken by Naos versus Riddle order so far. And yet, the utility to spot what Riddle's intentions are. PTC now in a position similar to what we had from the previous round. So now it's the same setup on the defense. One to hold up front. San ready with the paranoia to catch anyone flooding from BB2.
So far, though, Riddle have not found the answer to this riddle for them. I'm just gonna approach to the site. They've been, I guess, just hoping that maybe there's an overextension from Naos and they get a kill somewhere on mid. Still, though, it doesn't seem to be the case. They're probably just gonna go explode into the site. Looks like there it is. Oh, Zan could be in a tricky position here, but he's got the weaponry. It is holding it by himself. Still, Minty and Kaide hitting those nasty shots could help out their case, but the damage has been done. Look at the HP bars just dwindle and go down to 0.
Yeah, it's
double
sneaky
digits
peeky.
for Naos.
It's so sneaky peeky from Naos. They still, despite all the overwhelming numbers, have players to stem the initial tide, to stay anchored onto the site. And they were confident given that they have the gun advantage. It's what San here. So long for Riddle to clear that. They couldn't be active around the map. They were trying to go straight for the heaven position. But now they were already rotating. They already catch them in the act. And you can see the results. Double digits here for Naos Esports. Coming into the bonus, Riddle do have a fighting chance. Rifles abound. Yatsuka the only one with the bulldog here. And they're setting themselves up for mid.
Look at how close they are. This is the smoke that just separates them. Oh, the TP! What is happening, Zan? What was that? Still, it's a catch. 2 for the price of 1. Riddle is happy with that trade for sure. Now, the back out. Savvy, is he in a position to be a ninja? No, Kaide's pretty much aware of it, and there you go. Clears him out.
he was doing some exercises in the corner, crouching around, but Riddle meticulous enough to clear out the angles. And honestly, this round now just didn't expect Riddle to be this close this fast. Riddle was just able to clear so much of mid, and they started spraying into the smoke, right? Damage suddenly fade. Mojer though connecting both shots. And with that being said, spike planted, gun to be retrieved here by Mojer. The bulldog in hand. Trying to creep on up.
Oh, he's gonna get triple
Big
T.
hero play.
Player standing.
Ooh, just a trade. Minty gets the kill, and it's up to PTC to fight the 1v2.
Yeah. Okay, now... Alright, they have the crossfire. They don't know where PTC is gonna be approaching this retake, but he doesn't have any time left, so he's gonna have to make his move now. Oh, wait. This could actually be something. Paranoia, now he knows. They're gonna have to start fighting him, though. Oh yeah, there we go. They're both out.
Just no time.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the tap happens into the blind, you knew it was over. Riddle.
Oh, yeah, still loses Jojo.
Yeah, so it's another bonus for Naos, where they get rid of 4 guns on the other side. And it was because of the clutch plays from Savvy in the first half, and here in the second, right? Just some individual picks throughout the map, plus the spike.
Yeah.
Coming into the next round, Riddle not the best buy here, so it's still a bit scrappy for the Japanese squad.
For sure, and a bit of a hill to climb at least to, you know, reach the peak with Naos at 5 rounds deficit. Sold them though, so he's just gonna full send it. I like the idea here, but he does take some pretty critical damage, and they're going to the meat grinder, Dax. They're getting processed by Naos and served up to par, 11-5, and they just got smacked at the entryway.
That was the fastest round we've seen all throughout the night, and the dinner bell was rung by Naos. There's just no way. It's a 1-step, 2-step here by Naos. You have one player anchoring the PTC, and immediately, it's always this right angle on the site itself.
Yeah.
It has become a weakness for Riddle, where there's just always a Naos player catching the rest of the initial players right. It's just now set, now it's ready, and now are just going the distance with those key holds here.
Again? Yeah, they're gonna try to do it again! Oh my goodness. The shot did connect to the first one. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough, but Riddle have really pressed their mark into this. Still, there is some good positionings, and there we go! Riddle isolating fight after fight inside a site. All of these things just leading towards them having that B control. But the spike!
The spike!
Wait, they're low. Kaide is down to 60, and then Soldem's like 33. Savvy can have full control of this. All he has to do is isolate the fight one by one. So the question is for Riddle, how do they approach? They gotta double up. They can't just they just can't take this one by one. They gotta have to do the teamwork, man. Doesn't get the stun though. They go for the cross. 19 bullets. He sees one. Will he check the left? He does. And now we go into a 1 versus 1. Savvy chasing, trying to deny. Wall banging, maybe. 9 bullets. We've seen this before, and it'll happen again. No, he denies it. And Savvy with the Zowie clutch to put them 12-5.
Man redeems himself on the same map. And Savvy 8K, example, leadership, the complete package. Many eyes on this Filipino player for good reason. What an incredible clutch there. You'd think that it was... He's feeling it. But you think, right, it was all handled by Riddle. They did so good at the start. They lulled Naos in a full sense of security. We hear the overdrive though from Soldan. He wants to send it from mid, and he's trying to find an easy target. Not get the first to fall. They also know one's cornered here. They're trying to get Savvy 8K now, but Savvy 8K is just immortal. He cannot die. He cannot lose. And he's still there to keep the tide in check.
Well, this tide is definitely not at shore anymore. PTC in middle. Gonna get that information that nothing's here, but they have gone through. Viper's Pit going to be used. All right, let's look at the inventory here for Riddle real quick. Pistols and the Guardian and maybe some utility. Biggest ones would have to be just the Prowler and a Razor Vine. So we'll see how that kind of goes. Knife's been used as well for JoJo, but nothing traces back to sender. Ooh. Okay. Oh no.
In. San already with the push. Brave push here from Naos. And they will advance in the face of adversity. Kaide though, able to handle the Yoru. It's just pick for pick. Now still ahead. Time though ticking. On the side of Riddle here. Surprise, surprise. Minty and Kaide, they handle it well. And San dying to his own teammates' poison. Too low in the Viper's Pit. It's still Riddle Order alive in the fight.
That is what they needed. It is so recommended to just get that clutch. And obviously, because if they don't, they just lose the series, right? But still, Soldem garnering the attention of majority of the players and them having to go one by one into the site, into the Viper's Pit. This is the Viper's Pit that Riddle was looking for. Not the one that we saw on that previous map on Haven, but this one. This is the effect that they were hoping to get, and it did. And it gave them that lifeline, Dax.
Yeah, I mean, it's around. They finally felt confident. So let it rip to begin with. See, brilliant shot, 2 HP. It's a miracle he's still alive. Kaide ready to watch the flank, and despite the wall coming his way, it's Kaide who is crucial with the 3K. Riddle's not done here, Asrai. They want to go for more. They're overrunning now all across, and San has a big task ahead of him.
Yeah, he does have that, you know, maybe easier time against Soldem because he's down to 50, but JoJo around the corner here is a definite bigger threat. And there it is. No sweat in the 1 versus 1 there. So Riddle, can they keep this going? This is what it's needed. This is what they're looking for. And they're starting to build some steam. Oh.
That was such a good kill on Nakia, but this is what has led to success here for Riddle on Corrode back in their local scene. Their attacking side has been effectively feared. They'd win 2 out of 3 attacking rounds basically on a per map basis when they can. And from what we've seen, it's just when Soldam gets a full send, the rest of the team getting that attention, it just causes so much chaos, and Soldam is feeling it now. Alive when he's needed the most. Better late than never here. Savvy. Trying yet again. It's a 1-for-1, and Naos Position.
Enemy down.
Oh no, are they pressured to close this out as early as possible?
Bring them
Because this
down.
time Riddle are waiting on the other end, and Riddle is a team that will take those opportunities.
Yeah. Feels like very Naos coded, right? Once they're at that finish line, they definitely do slow down. Oh,
Yeah.
Zan?
Spike
Did he
planted.
realize that someone's there? Jojo's gonna be right in front of him. He does get the kill. Down to 33 though. But it does make it a tad bit more manageable as he potentially waits for Nakia to go for that backstab, the wraparound towards B main.
And now they're gonna go for the exits. I was thinking they do have the Nightfall. They do have a chance here. Perhaps just a mental reset here for Naos. We were saying it. And we've seen it from Naos Esports. Where they're on match point, when they're on series point, honestly. They're struggling to close things out. And Riddle is a team that you cannot give any opportunity to come back. They will take those rounds. They will make it happen into overtime. Brilliant shot here from Nakia. Paranoia response. Riddle really wants this kill. They spray him down. They take him down. It's 12 to 8.
Yeah. Still, we will be looking at, I believe, a potential Naos gun round here. Question now is, will Amix also call for the pause on his team now that he feels like there's only like a few more rounds? Oh yeah, that looks like it is. But yeah, that is a Naos coded thing, right? Near the finish line and they definitely slow down. That's the thing that Amix is there for as a coach, I believe.
So this was it's always a pretty similar score from what we've seen in the first map. The 12 to 8. Get a little bit of that timeout going. Maybe Naos can get the post timeout conversion and call in. But Riddle, they're getting their confidence back. And as we said, right, even though they're down the map, they're down these 4 rounds and they can't afford to make some mistakes, they're getting some brilliant executes here all throughout. They're finding space thanks to Soldam. And Soldam is happy to challenge mid now. There was a sense of wariness earlier on, especially starting in that second half pistol. More and more, there's confidence here for Riddle Order, and that could break Naos if they can stop it here.
Oh, no gun run for Naos. I thought they had enough money for the purchase, but it seems like it's going to be for the next. Now, it feels like Naos is starting to build a bit more bank, because if you look at the ult economy for them as well, right? They got basically all the major ones, minus maybe Mojer's dimensional drift there. If you can get a couple more kills in this particular round, then maybe. Haunt being thrown out immediately. Seems like Naos have decided to fortify the entrance of this A site with a little bit more bodies here, but it doesn't look like Riddle wants to play for the meantime. That being said, they are starting to move back into it once again.
Naos, it's a cheeky angle for San within the smoke. 3 players actually stacked up here. But Riddle wisely just waiting on the other end. They do expect Naos to push on up here by main. And Yatsuka has been a linchpin of Riddle's success. He's gotten 3 Ks before versus Naos. He's looking to do so now. Here comes Naos on the prowl. Yatsuka though with a single kill, traded by Nakia. Haunt gets confirmation, and Naos can't get the gun. That's the thing. Riddle suddenly stepping in to take that space. Soldam spotted by PTC. Suddenly Naos have the PTC. What are we witnessing here? A double plus the Nightfall. Pressure's on. Riddle have to back away. But PTC still on the hunt. PTC still has the angle.
30 seconds left.
Timing
One
and
enemy
control!
Spike!
The
Down B.
3K for PTC! Taken down by Kaide! But it is all collapse here for Riddle Order. The Thrifty to end it. And Naos with another sweep. They take the series 2-0. They get the revenge, taking down the team that took them down last year.
Did you see how close that was for PTC? The 2 kills that he had on the Stinger. Sure, he got the kill on the Neon. Sure, that was clear cut. It was a nice free backstab. But the one that followed right after was because he had a decay on his snakebite that made the Stinger more powerful with like 5 or 6 bullets remaining. That kind of thing, those kind of quick decision makings is what makes Naos and players like PTC such a team to not trifle with. And they just got it off of a hero phantom buy. Everyone else was on just pistols, man.
Yeah, I mean, PTC had the stinger, and he just found some guns to pick up and just leave it all there. 2-0 against some of the heaviest hitters in their group. Morgan was saying it a while ago, the conversation needs to be started now. Is it truly now's the time? You know, it's a saying too. Third time's the charm. Third time we see Naos here representing the Philippine flag and the C flag too. But these wins, he's done it again. Like Savvy, same pose, different picture, man. It's just another 2-0.
And that just, again, puts them on top of the leaderboards here for their particular group, right? Look at these highlights. It just felt so... there were some that were very individualistic, honestly, from the looks of things. And that's great. But one of the things that I really, really liked here was, I think how good Naos was at playing around the smokes. Whether it's just the typical Omen typical Omen or the Viper smoke here from PTC. And we kind of saw that, I think you mentioned it quite a few times as well, right? The B push from Riddle just could not deal with someone holding the corner on B as they push through the toxic screen, which is insane to me.
Now it's basically conditioned Riddle for so much of the first half to be dissuaded to play into mid when it's such an important linchpin really of the Riddle plan. And when Riddle got that confidence back, when you'd see Soldam lead that charge and really contest Naos, it made a world of a difference. But coming into the second half, Naos also just incredible on the defense. We go back to B and we go back to Naos showing Riddle how it's done. The anchor play into the paranoia. It was a set play Naos would abuse over and over and over again. It took so long for Riddle to really crack that code, but at that point it was a little too late. Damage was done, and they just couldn't afford to make any mistake. Asteroid PTC brought the death sentence there, and that's all she wrote. It's 2 games, but it's 2 big games here for Naos to put themselves on